What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about 10 common British expressions, slang, if you will. British slang, British phrases, expressions. I'm very interested to see this one. I really have no idea, no concept of British expressions, but expressions are, I find them to be extremely entertaining, extremely funny, even in America. So I feel like I'm really going to enjoy British expressions because it's just going to be stuff I've never heard ever that'll make absolutely no sense, right? Or maybe it will make sense. I don't know. I was looking at some American expressions earlier just to like refresh my mind. Piece of cake, break a leg, knock on wood. And I was just thinking, this stuff would make absolutely zero sense to people not in America. Or does it make sense? That's the thing, right? Are these common idioms, phrases in other parts of the world? Do expressions translate like that? You know, the origin of expressions, who the heck knows where half of this stuff comes from, right? It's probably pretty cultural. So, another expression in America is put a sock in it, which means shut up, which is what I'm going to do. So we can get to the video. Let's check it out.
Right, let's get on with the lesson. Now, the first phrase is something that I might have mentioned in a previous video, but I feel like it's really, really important and extra important because yesterday I met with a friend and she told me a really funny anecdote. So the phrase is to be knackered.
To be knackered. I'm not disappointed. I'm already not disappointed. I have no clue what this is. Knackered. Aren't knackers... I was gonna say pants. That's knickers. Don't get your knickers in a twist, is something I've heard in America. Don't know where that's from. So that's definitely not pants. To be knackered. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna say, does it mean to be annoyed? To be kind of pissed off or something? To be troubled?
Now this is informal. It could be considered slightly rude, so be careful when you use it. Not unprofessional or...
I'll be sure to make sure this is the very first thing I ever say if I interact with a British individual. I'll be like, I'm knackered. And they'll be like, whoa, man, easy. Whoa, man, easy there.
Educational situations, but maybe around friends and perhaps family. But to be knackered means you're exhausted or really, really tired. And this is a...
Wow, I was way off. Well, you can be kind of annoyed or troubled when you're tired. So it's more about being exhausted. Okay, I like that.
Phrase that I use.
Why is this impolite though? You're just saying that you're tired. You've had a long week at work and you're knackered. Is that really considered semi-rude?
All the time. Oh my God, I am knackered.
I am knackered. I'm knackered. No. Why would you sound so angry when you say it? Probably wouldn't say it like that. Maybe she's just saying that this is so informal that you wouldn't say this to your boss, It's just something between friends, I'm knackered to bits. My head's all knackered today. No, I know that makes no sense. Maybe it does. Maybe I just invented something.
I am exhausted. The reason I wanted to mention it is because a friend was talking to me. I think she went on a date or something with an Italian guy, and he said to her after work, oh my God, I am absolutely naked. And naked obviously means...
I could see that you could pronounce knackered as naked if you were, as she said, Italian or someone not familiar with the pronunciation.
You have no clothes on. So I just want to reiterate the fact that the pronunciation of knackered is really, really important. You don't want to go telling people you're absolutely naked.
Maybe you do. Maybe I'm knackered and naked, and then they just run away from you immediately. Great way to get someone to just go away.
You want to be knackered. I thought that was so funny. And she said she did correct him very, very nicely. So good on her. Okay, the next phrase is To be skint.
To be skint. This almost seems familiar to me. I don't know why. Skint, would that be impatient or abrasive? Something like that? I don't know why the word skint kind of comes across to me like that.
To be skint. If you are skint, you are in a poor financial situation. You have...
This is gonna be a theme. I'm gonna just invent totally, completely wrong definitions for words. And you know what? That's fine. I can live in my own little world. Why not? Hold on, I already forgot. Financial situation, got it.
If you are skint, you are in a poor financial situation. You
Okay.
have no money or nearly no money.
I just went to the casino, put it all on red, and now I am skint, my friend. Is that like how you would use it?
So if someone says, do you want to go to the cinema tonight? And I'd say, I can't, sorry, I'm absolutely skint. It
Okay.
means I can't afford it.
I wonder where that word comes from. Here's the thing. All of the American phrases that I was mentioning earlier seem to use English vocabulary, at least, you know? Whereas the word skint, I don't even know the definition of skint. I've never heard it in my life. So I wonder how that works, you know? Interesting.
I'm in a really difficult financial situation. And oh my God, I had to use that phrase so frequently when I was at university.
Hey man, can we split the bill here, sir? No. Yeah, I'm kind of skint. Is that just a get out of jail free card?
I had no money. Being a student in London is really, really expensive.
I
and
bet.
Quite a challenge, actually. But it did inspire me to work very hard so that I could be financially stable one day in the future. Very colloquial, not rude, but it's a slang word, and it will be really impressive if you can use that around British people.
Huh. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. It's probably more fun to say that than to be like, I just have no money on my persons. You'd be like, nah, I'm skint. And they're like, got you, man. I feel that.
On the other hand, number 3, to be quids in.
To be quids in. Now, I think I have a leg up on this one. I believe quid is a monetary. It has to do with money. I don't know what I'm saying. Quid has to do with currency. It's something to do with money in the UK, right? I've heard that before. Something like I have 3 quid, you know? That'll cost me 3 quid, you know. Somewhere along the line I've heard that. So to be quids in, is it to be all in? Like, I don't know if it has to do with betting, but you've completely devoted, you've completely pushed all your money in on something. You're just completely, what's the word? Not devoted, but you're completely, you're just completely attached to something. You're all in on it.
Now, quid is a slang term for a pound. 1 quid, 1 pound.
Oh, I didn't know that quid was slang. I've heard that a lot, actually, somehow, maybe on TV. But I didn't know quid was slang exactly. I just thought it was like an actual term for British money, like officially. So that's actually really interesting. Maybe it's like in America where instead of $1, we'd say a buck or something. That's $1. That's exactly like that. Okay.
2 quid, 2 pounds. 10 quid, a tenner, 10 pounds. A tenner
Okay.
or a fiver is more slang, money slang for you. But if you are quids
right.
in, it means you are suddenly in a good financial situation. So
Oh.
maybe
Okay. That is definitely not at all what I was getting at. I was trying to say, like, you've put all your money in on something. You're completely, like, all in on it. for good or for bad. I don't know. I don't know what context you'd use that in. That's not even the definition, so I don't know why I'm trying to defend it. This means you're in a good financial situation. Why are you quids in? It's the word in that kind of gets me, huh?
Because you are suddenly in a good financial situation.
Like you just got a new job or won the lottery? You're like, I'm quids in, man. I just won the Powerball, the lottery. I'm quids in. Is that what you No one has ever said it like that ever.
So maybe you placed a bet at the weekend and you won, and now you are quids in.
Okay.
You suddenly got lots of money.
Okay.
So it's normally used to congratulate people. So if somebody wins a competition and they win £100, I'll say, wow, you're quids in, well done.
Oh, so you wouldn't really... You don't have to say it about yourself. I'm very selfish. I just want to talk about how quids in I am. And here it's like, you might say it to your buddy and be like, hey man, nice bet, quids in, you're quids in. Quids all around. Or they'd be like, stop it, man. Stop using that phrase. I'd be like, I'm sorry, I just learned it on a YouTube video.
The next one is to be pants.
To be pants. I like this one. To be pants. Oh, geez. Well, it could mean that you have transformed into a pair of pants, but I feel like that'd be really limited in its use of how often you'd want to say that you are indeed physically a pair of pants. So to be pants, it means you're fashionable. You feel like you've dressed well today? I don't know, man.
So I would say maybe, oh, that's pants. Yeah, the show was pants.
Oh, she's saying it like bad. Oh, I get a second chance here. She's saying it in a negative way. So it means something sucks. Something's bad. It's like, wasn't good.
Now, in American English, pants means trousers.
Yeah, so... Okay. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, is to me, this means you've turned into a pair of trousers. To be trousers, you know? I wonder... Are British people familiar with the word pants? Because I know the word trousers. I would just never say trousers in a million years. It's very formal. It's, yeah, but I didn't even realize that.
But in British English, pants means underwear. I have a...
Oh, good to know. Before I start running up to British people and be like, nice pair of pants, man. I love those pants. And they'd be like, wow, my pants are showing? What? I'd be like, yeah, they're showing because they're on the outside of your body. Man, they're long, they're down to, and pants means underwear. I've never heard that, truthfully. Never knew that.
A video about the differences between American and British English. You can look at it up here. Oh, that's the watch I lost.
Okay.
Hopefully next hour it will do that again so I can find it. Yeah, so if we say something is underwear, when I say underwear, I'm...
Oh yeah, that changes it now. So if I think of this as to be underwear, which is definitely not something I'd ever say in real life, but if I called someone underwear or something underwear, I guess it would mean bad, because underwear is stinky and smelly, and on your naked body, where you don't want... Okay, you get the point. I don't need to spell it out.
I mean, like male underwear.
Okay.
I mean, like boxers or briefs. Normally male, but sometimes female, bottom half underwear. So if I'm saying something is pants, it means it's rubbish. Really, really bad.
Rubbish. Another word that Americans never say, ever, but that we are familiar with. That's a very British word to Americans. Rubbish. That's like the king of British words right there. Rubbish. Oh, man.
So it's quite a good way of saying that you didn't like something in a kind of jovial sort of way. It's not very harsh.
Okay.
But then again, if somebody called my videos pants, I'd be a bit upset.
You would just never do this in America. You would never call something underwear or pants. People would just be like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? That's pants? Like, that's underwear? Like, that's not an insult. It's just nothing. It's random. So that's interesting how these can make complete sense to me, these sayings and expressions, yet the English equivalent would make no sense at all.
I would be a bit upset.
Sorry, the American equivalent, I should say, not the English equivalent. The American equivalent would make no sense at all.
A lot of work goes into them. I don't expect everyone to like my videos, but at least appreciate the effort.
It's a good video.
So it's not
Don't
so
be hard on
modern.
yourself.
It has been used for many years. So don't expect to be all down with the kids. To be down with the kids is to be young and modern.
That's kind of how we say it in America too, but that's kind of like how an old person would say down with the kids, and you're talking about being down with the kids, so it's kind of funny.
By using to be pants, but it's a good phrase that you will hear fairly frequently.
Oh geez, I can't. So if I say something's pants, people are gonna know that I'm like old, and they're gonna be like, man, this American is out of touch. This American is out of touch and rubbish.
The UK. Now, the next one is actually a phrasal verb, but it's a slang phrasal verb. So if you didn't think that phrasal verbs could get anywhere...
Phrasal verb? Man, she must be really good with grammar and whatnot, because I don't even really know what a phrasal verb means.
Worse, they can. We have slang phrasal verbs.
Okay.
And this phrasal verb is to swear down.
To swear down. Does that mean to... I mean, it just sounds negative because it has the word swear in it. To swear down. But it also could mean to commit to. Like you're swearing you'll do it. Like, I promise I'm going to do it. I'm doubling down on this. It means to completely commit to something.
To swear down. If I say, I swear down I did not eat your last pizza slice, I'm saying, I swear on my heart, I promise you on my dog's life that I did not do that.
Okay, it means it's pretty literal. It means you swear, that you promise, like, that your word is true, which is not totally far off from what I was saying about it means you're committing to something. It means you're committing that your word is, like, absolutely truthful and you mean what you're saying. Okay, this is probably the phrase that most Americans would have the best chance to have any chance to guess what this means at all. So, because it kind of means what it says, to swear down.
Okay, so it's basically a longer way of saying, I swear. I swear to you.
Yeah.
I swear down. The next phrase is...
Americans might say they solemnly swear if they were trying to be super dramatic. Or if they were in Harry Potter.
To get one's knickers in a twist.
To get one's knickers in a twist. Wow, so this is real? This is like the most famous British expression to Americans ever by far. To get one's... As a matter of fact, it's a joke in America. To get one's knickers in a twist. This is a joke in America that Americans will say this to... imitate British slang, or to be funny. They'll be like, don't get your knickers in a twist. And it'll be over something super silly. So Americans are familiar with this one, funny enough. Of all the expressions, this is the only one we know, I think, most likely. And it means to, oh God, how do I, I've built this up and now I need to pay it off here by knowing what it means. That to get one's knickers in a twist is to be like upset, to be to be upset for something to annoy you, to be grouchy, like something bad has happened and you're like, don't get your knickers in a twist. Don't be upset. Don't be so upset about it, like that.
So if I say to somebody, don't get your knickers in a twist,
yeah.
It's normally aimed at females. It means don't get flustered, don't get agitated.
Yeah.
Something that happens to all of us. I can't find my phone. Oh, I just pulled one of my own hairs. I can't find my phone and I need to leave and I'm getting in a flap. I'm getting flustered, agitated. I'm fussing. My boyfriend might say to me, don't get your knickers in a twist, Lucy. Just calm down and look for it.
Is this considered rude or just like, whatever, it's fine? In America, as I said, this is just interpreted as a joke. Like it's a common American joke where you'd say "Don't get your knickers in twists" just to say something funny, because it's so not what an American would ever say. We don't say the word knickers ever. So yeah.
I think the Americans might say, "Don't get your panties in a bunch."
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't gonna go there, but she's correct. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Kinda. We would kinda say that. Um, okay.
But I'm not sure. If there are any Americans watching this, can you confirm that for me?
Don't get your panties in a bunch. Yeah, yeah. That would be kind of rude, honestly. That would be. It'd be a fine line. It would either be how you delivered it. It would either be funny, or kind of rude. Don't get your panties in a bunch. But that's definitely something an American would say. Yeah.
I've seen it online. I have researched it, but I've never heard an American say it. Right. So this is normally said to females because obviously we wear knickers. But when it's said to males, it can be.
You also might say, "Don't get your panties in a wad." Now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't heard this one in a while, but it's totally common. It's totally an American thing. Yeah.
It's slightly more offensive, although it can be offensive to women, depending on how you say it. But sometimes it's just affectionate. But if you say it to a man,
Right.
it can be used to imply effemininity if you know that the implication of femininity towards a man is going to annoy him further. So yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely the same as in America. Absolutely the same. If you were to say, "Don't get your panties in a bunch" to a guy, to a man, that would be a huge insult. And it would really be taken no other way. It would be an insult. To a girl, could be okay, but it also could be an insult. Yeah.
Try not to use it in a patronizing way. The next one, to throw a spanner in the works.
Okay, I'm familiar with this one. And I don't know why. Because Americans never use the word spanner. I actually only know about spanners because of video games, where some of the items are called a spanner. And it's like a wrench or something to do with engineering or building. And throwing a spanner in the works, we might say to throw a wrench in it. We would say, yeah, definitely. That'd be the equivalent. To throw a wrench in it, to throw a spanner in the works, would be to mess it up, to really cause trouble, to throw a huge problem in the way, or obstacle in the way, to throw a spanner in the works. I think I know this one.
To throw a spanner in the works. So you might be doing a task and then you might say, "Oh, that's thrown a spanner in the works." It prevents something from happening smoothly. So
Yeah.
I could be putting up a picture with a hammer and the hammer breaks and I'll say, "Oh, that's thrown a spanner in the works."
I understand this expression. I'm even familiar with it, but it's just not something anyone would ever really say out loud in America, ever. You might read it somewhere. It's very poetic. It's almost overly poetic, to where no American would ever really realistically say this out loud. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I think about it.
There I was, happily hammering away. The picture was going to be up in 5 minutes, but now the hammer's broken, so I have to go out, get a new one. You get the picture. The next one.
Yeah. An American, if they broke their hammer while trying to put something up on the wall, would probably be more inclined to say, "Well, that sucks," or swear. They would not say, "Well, that threw a spanner in the works." It would not be so kind.
One is to do with going out. This one is to be out on the pull.
To be out on the pole. What the heck is a pole? To be out on the pole. Oh man, no clue. To be in the hippest, coolest part of town. There's no way I'm right about this one.
To be out on the pull. If you are out on the pull, it means you are going to go out with the intention of finding a romantic partner.
Oh man, if I had thought about this more, I never would have got it, but there's some connection here between American slang and the British. This saying, um, Americans in the last few years, maybe this comes from Britain. I don't know. Now that I think about it, but a very modern, very contemporary American slang is to pull someone, to pull a girl, to pull a guy, is to get them, maybe to get them to date you, get them to be your boyfriend or girlfriend, just to get someone romantically, to pull them. So to be out on the pull would be to go out with the intention of pulling, which would be to go out with the intention to get a romantic partner. So it makes sense. It's like when I dissect it, like a little scientist, I can understand it. Okay, I'm going a little crazy here.
Pull. It means you are going to go out with the intention of finding a romantic partner.
Okay.
It means you're actively looking for somebody.
An American would just be like, I'm gonna pull her, dude. Like, there's no to be out on the pull. Would never be said like that.
So when I was single, I sometimes used to go out on the pull in London with my girlfriends, and the place that we always used to go to was Tiger Tiger. There was always a great selection there.
Tiger Tiger? Tiger Tiger. That's a good name. I mean, I can see why people would go there. No idea what that means. Tiger Tiger.
We used to go out on the pull to Tiger Tiger. I would never go back there. Actually, never say never. With the right group of people, it would be good fun.
Okay.
Especially on a Wednesday. The next phrase, and
okay, you got me. You got me. Tiger Tiger. I want to know. Tiger Tiger. UK? Tiger Tiger, London. Tiger Tiger. What is this? Website. It's got 1.5 stars on Google. Whoa! Man. Okay. Seems like a happening place. Oh my god. It's a straight up like nightclub, dance club. Kind of cool.
I know for sure that this is used in America as well. You have got to be kidding me.
You have got to be kidding me. This is the most American expression on this list. I'm actually shocked that this is a British expression at all. But I guess all these words mean the literally exact same thing. You have got to be kidding me. It's sarcasm, for one thing, and it means I mean, it means what it means, right? You've got to be kidding me. It's definitely like a sign of annoyance and maybe anger when something has happened that you are really unhappy with, and it almost seems unlucky. And you're like, oh my god, you have got to be kidding me. When something just super unfortunate happens and you're just trying to express how annoyed you are, really.
You have got to be kidding me. It means you have to be joking. You must be joking. And it can be used in two ways. It can be used to express anger or disbelief.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. You've got to be kidding me. Or if something's really funny. You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I would say it is far, far, far more common to use this when you are pissed, when you are angry. Americans love to angrily be like, you've got to be kidding me!
So I hope you appreciated my acting skills there. I was never that good at drama at school. The next phrase is one that I think, when used correctly, sounds really, really good, and it is rightly so.
Rightly so. This is somewhat used in America, somewhat understood. Rightly so. It's like an affirmation, like saying, yes, that is how it should be, or I agree that is how it should be. That is correct. Rightly so. My favorite ice cream is chocolate. Oh, man, rightly so. It's like total agreement.
And it's a nice little thing to add on the end of sentences. It means, quite rightly, correctly. Everyone's worrying about the pizza getting burnt, and rightly so. There is
Yeah.
smoke coming from the kitchen. It means with reason. the smoke is coming from the kitchen.
Okay, that's a much more eloquent way to explain it, but yes, that is that is the American way of using this as well.
And rightly so, and rightly so. Right, that's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learnt something. Don't forget to check out...
I did definitely learn something. Wow, that was a great list. That was English with Lucy. 8 million subscribers, my God. I mean, I understand why. That was a really good video. I like it. I give that a like. Okay. that was extremely entertaining. The presenter there, the YouTuber, did a great job of explaining everything, which helped a lot. But as I expected, British expressions and British slang are just entertaining. Just like fascinating to see, for one, how everything kind of makes sense when you're explained it, but also just how funny like language is. All these words were pretty much American, like words that Americans understand what the words are being said, and yet I had no clue what most of this stuff actually meant. And it didn't help that pants doesn't mean trousers, or does, and it means underwear, or, you know, that kind of stuff. But then there's other things where you can put words in a certain order, and it means something totally crazy, which is just... Language is fascinating, and slang expressions are even more entertaining. So anyway, I hope you were entertained by this video. And if you enjoyed this, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to British and UK stuff, culture, things I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.